Hello, everyone. Um, Welcome back as I move my mic. Welcome to Mouthwash again. And I should, in theory, sound a little bit better this time because I'm using an actual real mic and not just the mic on my headset. I went ahead and got I got HyperX Quadcast, which is what I got. So hopefully this is going to sound better. You like the new layout? The new layout for the stream and everything? And Mouthwash has finally got a better logo compared to the old one. This is at least what I'm now considering to what you're looking at Mouthwash, what you're looking at on screen. I'm now considering that to be the new logo for Mouthwash. I like it. And I'm very into this, and I'm very looking forward to everything that we can do with this. But right now, I'm going to kick this over to our new, as everything pops in, hello. Welcome to the new Mouthwash, I guess. Welcome to our new overlay. Took me a while to set this up. But I really like this compared to... I hit the microphone with myself. I like this compared to the old one. The previous one, at least. The last Mouthwash. So, yeah. What we will be talking about today, and what you can assume from the title of the playlist, or with the title of the good lord, I'm apparently just not ready to talk today. So we are talking about the Prius, the new Prius, which I am very excited for. If you haven't seen it already, this is her exterior. Well, that's the ass end of it, but you get my point. It looks so good. It looks incredible. Everything that I could have wished the Prius to be when the next generation came out, this is it. I am so astronomically excited for what Toyota did to make this. We're going to go over a couple things first to talk about it before we get into some other stuff I'm going to talk about. It is still riding on the TNGA C platform, but apparently this is now the second generation. So if you don't know, the TNGA C platform is primarily what the Corolla and the Corolla Cross ride on, and then of course the Lexus copycats. I think I'm apparently yawning today. I not predict. This is apparently now a Corolla, I guess. And my assumption is that this was developed alongside or right when the Corolla Hybrid came out. Because the Corolla Hybrid is fairly new. Like, that just came out within... I'm fairly certain that just came out within this year. So, this is riding on a Corolla Hybrid. But instead of it being a regular Corolla, they slapped a Prius on top of it. It has a much wider stance than the old one did. I think it has a wider stance than the Corolla did. I'm fairly certain it has a wider stance than the Corolla did. It's more planted. It's lower than the last one. It it looks so much better. It's so much sportier. It's so much more attractive than the last one was. And the front of it too. The front of it is gorgeous. Toyota has really dived into that. There we go. The new headlight design for Toyota. And I am 100% certain that this is going to be shared across all of Toyota's new refreshes of their products. So the new generations of everything will have that headlight. The Crown Cross, the Crown Cross did not have this style of headlight, but it looks very similar. The Corolla has a very similar looking headlight. It's not as dramatic and as far as this one goes, as like design wise. But as far as everything from now on, Toyota will be making this their new headlight design. We saw that during the Toyota BZ conference when they showed us a bunch of random ass concept cars that they wanted to make electric. A lot of them had that same headlight. And more specifically, the Crown, in the concept lineup. Good Lord. This is I can't move around and gesture in the real world like I could have because now I have a mic arm in front of me. The Crown lineup that we saw when the Crown came out, the second vehicle in the lineup had these headlights. So Toyota's been planning this since before the Prius. This is not something they're just doing for the Prius. Something that I am very excited about, and you can kind of see it. I love the rear tail light, the light bar on the back. It looks so good. I love light bars. For some reason that's my thing. I fucking love light bars. But if you watch videos of these people reviewing this car, one of my biggest gripes that that I have complained about for cars forever, it doesn't have incandescent blinkers or tail lights or anything. They're all LED. So on the rear, with all the fancy styling they put into the LEDs, the blinkers are not incandescent bulbs with a diffuser over them. They're actual LEDs. I am so astonished because I would not in good faith be able to buy a vehicle that has the one thing that I complain about the most of cars is having incandescent lights on a very expensive car. Supposedly this is going to be fairly reasonably priced. For some reason I thought someone said $25,000. That sounds reasonable. Look, you can see the LED turn signal on the bottom left, right under the brake light. Yeah, that's an LED. And of course it's a sport back. That was one of the things I was so anxious to find out, was if they made it a SUV or if they were going to make it a pure sedan, but it's still a hatchback. It's still got that hatchback. Though unfortunately they got rid of the split glass, which was one of my favorite things of the Priuses. You can see there's no second pane of glass, but it is still a hatchback, and I'm still all for that. What was I just saying? I have no idea. It looks price. Apparently it's going to be reasonably priced. That's not really out yet. Toyota doesn't know when this is going to be out. They said either late this year, which is coming up close unless they're going to release it in the next month, or early next year, which makes more sense. They'd probably release it around spring. I am very into this. However, even though for years now I have been saying I'm going to buy the next Prius, I'm still going to buy one. I'm just not going to buy one yet, because you should never buy the first model generation of a new car. And that is something, regardless on whether it was a Prius or even a hybrid, even a regular internal combustion engine, like a new, I don't even know, the next generation of Corolla, I would not buy the first, second, or maybe even third year, because stuff happens that Toyota doesn't really plan for. Like, some of their part makers may make a shitty part and they have to make a recall, and all the cars that have come out already, they have to pull back. So you gotta wait for a little while for some problems to start to arise before you decide to invest in a car. I will not be buying one of these yet, but I very, very much want to buy one of these. I am so excited. It looks so good. Toyota has taken on a new marketing ploy. Not really a ploy, but a new marketing strategy. If you look on the back, one of these pictures somewhere is going to show you. If you look on the back, it says HEV for hybrid electric vehicle. Toyota is now branding all of their vehicles that are not internal combustion engines as BZ, which is Beyond Zero. So we first saw BZ at the BZ4X, the Beyond Zero, whatever. So now all of their cars that are not internal combustion engines will be branded under the BZ umbrella. So all of them get this weird little circle iridescent badge next to their distinguishing mark on what kind of vehicle it is. So, and I'll show you, there's another car I'm going to show you later that Toyota revealed as well that has the same thing. There it is. There it is. So there's that little logo is the Beyond Zero logo. It's like water-ish, kind of. It's like bluey and iridescent. And then it says HEV. And that logo is going to be the same on every Toyota. There it is again. Every Toyota that's not an internal combustion engine. And then they're going to slap whatever kind of vehicle. So for the BZ, it would have the little Beyond Zero logo, and then BEV for battery electric vehicle, or hydrogen fuel cell, HFC, stuff like that, which I think is interesting. It in my mind simplifies Toyota's marketing, because unless you know, think about this from the standpoint of someone who's not me, or not someone invested in cars, and just an old person maybe, but someone who doesn't really know a lot about cars, walking onto a lot and just seeing a vehicle named Prius, unless you have a dealer with you, unless you have, Toyota marketing material, unless you like do any research about the car, if you just have for the first time seen Prius, a Prius, you have absolutely no idea what it is, and you wouldn't know that it's a hybrid, and you wouldn't know going into a dealership that the Mirai is a fuel cell, and you wouldn't know that the BZ4X is an electric car. So in my mind, it simplifies Toyota's marketing for those not in the know about what specific car does what, because now they're specifically branding each car as what it is. So Prius is now slapped with a hybrid electric vehicle sticker, not a sticker, but slapped with a hybrid electric logo to show people when they're looking at the car maybe for the first time, oh look, this is a hybrid, and because they've never seen a Prius in their life because they live under a rock apparently. But I think that's a good move for Toyota. I never would have thought about that. But I guess shoving everything under one umbrella kind of makes sense. Now that they can, it's now that they've created a name and they're using this in their marketing, they can now point to this and say, these are BZ vehicles. These are Beyond Zero vehicles. And I guess that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, again, from their marketing. So they can refer to all of their different types of powertrains as Beyond Zero. Because Toyota is still really in the mindset of not going full electric. As much as everyone else is, Toyota's not. Because Toyota has company executives that have more than one brain cell and realize that going fully electric is absolutely a moronic decision because not everyone in the world has the ability to drive an electric vehicle. One, because they're fucking expensive, and two, because other countries that are not as wealthy as North America and Europe can't afford to build charging infrastructure and may not have a reliable power grid to charge electric vehicles. So it makes sense for Toyota not to go fully electric. I think it looks really good on the outside. I'm going to show a next bit of the interior. Now, the interior looks really good, too. But as I say that, I have realized I will be right back. Give me 1 second. I don't have a BRB. Whoops. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, I am back. Oh, that's not the right one. There we go. Good lord, I'm choking to death. Okay, where were we? Talking about the interior. It looks very, very good. Ow! The interior looks very good. Especially this has copied pretty much... Toyota pretty much copied the BZ4X's homework and put it in the Prius. Which makes sense. I mean, since they're branding everything under the BZ name, it kind of makes sense for them to share some of the design language. It looks very utilitarian, which I like. It's a car for normal people. Toyota's not designing a $50,000 Lexus, shit box that only someone who buys $2,000 wine bottles is going to drive. This is a car for real human beings that make a sensible amount of money every year. So it's extremely utilitarian because this is designed to be used by real human beings and not expensive people's children. I mean, look at the back seats. Those aren't anything fancy. And I am completely on board with that. I don't need fucking fancy rear seats to haul around the two people that I randomly may have or have not in the back seats. I mean, this is a sensible car for sensible people. That's what the Prius has always been. It's always been an attainable, affordable vehicle. And I am very happy that that's transferred here into the design language. The higher grade trim, the LE comes with a shitty little tiny touchscreen, but the XLE and Platinum come with this big one. HVAC, I think that's going to be the one thing that I'm going to nitpick because it's got, the stupid clicky uppy downy HVAC that the Corolla has. Where you have to tap it to go up 1 degree at a time. I think that's going to be a pain in the fucking ass to do. Of course, you get used to it eventually. My car, especially now that it's in winter, I set to one temperature pretty much as soon as I get in the car, and I never touch it for the next week. I mean, the only time I may go up or down 2 degrees at any single time, but I don't have to go up and down constantly. My question that I'm wondering that I haven't seen is if it has dual zone AC. I don't know. It doesn't look like it because there doesn't seem to be a way that HVAC control under the infotainment can fit enough buttons to have dual zone AC. So it probably doesn't, which is kind of a letdown because I really like that in my car because me and Kawhi have two very different temperature preferences. So my RAV4, I have the XLE, so I have the dual zone AC. We have very different preferences for temperature, and I very much like having it at she likes it way warmer than I do. So that's nice. I mean, that's something that we've gotten used to since I've had my car for 2 years now. And that's something we're very used to when we're in my car. So it's gonna be a little bit of a letdown if this does not have dual zone AC. But I think I can survive. So yeah, it doesn't look like it. There doesn't look like there's a way for it to in that specific picture. Anyway, it looks very good. It has got a lot more subdued styling than the last one. It's less overdramatic. The old Prius, which I still like, I loved the old Prius because it was quirky, but it had a lot of really weird styling choices and a lot of really complex lines. I didn't mean to do that. A lot of complex lines and a lot of it was a lot. It was a lot of all over the place that the old one had. And I really liked that, but I don't mind this one either. I don't mind the new one. The it's got huge that I'm looking at my notes. It's got huge rims. You can get them base with, I think it was 19-inch rims, or 17. Then you can get them 19-inch. But they're way bigger than the old ones. The old one had little, like, tiny little balloon tires. This one's got a lot more style than the old one did. I don't think that Toyota is killing this thing. As much as everyone in the EV world wants the Prius to be dead, I really don't think Toyota's gonna kill it. Because Toyota kind of, in the first reveal, the public live stream reveal for this, Toyota kind of doubled down on their not going full in on EVs. They answered that question outright. I honestly, truly think that the Prius is going to stay as a pure hybrid sedan, and it's going to stick around for a couple model generations. Everyone thought that the last Prius was going to be the last Prius, and it was going to be dead. I mean, Toyota Australia, I think, like, for some reason said the Prius was dead. But I honestly, truly think that Toyota is going to keep this thing going for it. I'm not meaning this model generation will go on for 5 or 6 years, or like 8 years. The old one did. I think the last one was 2016. Hold on, let me. The last Prius started 2015. So 2015 to 2020, 7 years. I honestly think this one will probably last around the same amount of time. It'll probably be 7 years, and then once like the 5 years from now, everyone's going to be tired of the look of this thing, and everyone's going to think it looks terrible, but Toyota's still going to be pumping them out. I truly think that the Prius is gonna stay. They're gonna keep making new generations of Prius up until the end of time, or until everyone figures out that they don't want everyone kills off hybrid vehicles. Now the new one does come in a Prime. That's what I was trying to find. I was trying to remember the word for it. The new one does come in a Prime, just like the last one did. Toyota claims that they have 25% more, or no, 50% more battery life on pure electric than the last one did. The last Prime got around 25-ish miles on pure electric. I truly don't know which one I'm gonna buy. I think if I had my choice, I would get the Prime, because I could still plug it in and drive on pure electric. So if I had the money, if the financing was good, because I clearly don't have the money to just outright buy one of these fucking things. If the financing was good and I got a good deal for it, I would probably get the Prime XSE, the second level up. I don't want leather seats though. That's one of my big things. I only like cloth seats. Because where I live currently, in Virginia, during the summer, you scold your ass off on leather seats. Though possibly we may be moving to Seattle, so that may not be an issue in the future. But I just don't think you can clean leather seats better, and they crack when they get old. And yeah, I'd rather have a cloth seat, and usually they're cheaper anyway. So I'd rather just take the cloth seats. The Prime, and I think it's only the high level Prime. So the XSE Premium, comes with a solar panel of all fucking things. The solar panel takes over the whole roof, so you can't get a moon roof. Also, none of the Prius, none of the whole lineup, you can get a sunroof. You can get a moon roof that doesn't open, but you can't get a sunroof. The Prime XSE Premium gets a solar panel of all fucking things. I don't know how many watts the solar panel gets. Probably not a lot, because it's stapled to the roof of a car. But I think that's really cool. I honestly think that's really cool. Again, I don't know how powerful it is. Don't know anything about Toyota's claims on how much power it makes, but it would be very interesting to see how much trickle charge a solar panel could get. There's probably a great amount of loss, because I'm fairly certain... Well, no. Okay. So, solar power is inherently DC, because obviously it's direct. There is no alternating current. But EV batteries get charged by DC. So, okay, I was going to say that there's probably some loss because they're going to have to convert it from DC to AC. But no, I could imagine there probably isn't a ton of loss from how much power the panel's generating to how much power is actually getting put into the battery. I would imagine Toyota's probably going to stick some infographic in the infotainment system to say, "Ooh, your solar panel made 23 watts and charged your battery 5% today." Like, I would imagine that Toyota's going to do something like that. I'm very into this thing. I am really, 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 really wanting one. I really want one. I very, very much want one. And maybe in the future, if I get one, I'll do a review video on it. That would be interesting to walk through my own Prius, and do a review video for you guys. It's going to be very late, because of course the entire internet has already reviewed the damn thing, but for my own posterity, I can do whatever I want. Other thing I was going to talk about, last thing I was going to talk about today is the BZ concept. Okay, we just get this. I picked up the slideshow at the right time. Toyota has made a new electric vehicle that has an asinine fucking joystick, because everyone's copying Tesla at this point. There it is. This is the BZ Cross concept. It looks extremely, extremely similar to the second generation, like the second of the lineup, Crown. Very, very much. Although, I really, really, really like the taillights. I really like the taillights. It's got a weird interior. It's very concept car. The taillights look so good. The third brake light, the upper third brake light, is on the antenna fin. If you see it in the top middle and up there on this picture, it's on the antenna fin. I think that's so cool. It's got huge rims too. That's one of my things that I like about cars. Cars with big wheels. Proportional big wheels, not just like a lifted truck. But you can see that the continuation of Toyota's headlight design, so that's the new headlight design that's going on. This may or may not be a precursor to that second Crown. Although this thing is fully electric, it has really weird screens. I don't know why anyone would design something like this. I don't know what you're gaining by having curved screens that someone could just grab and snap off the I don't understand electric cars. Apparently, all of the and there's the BEV, what we were talking about earlier, the BZ branding. Look at that. That screen is freestanding. Could you imagine some pissed off girlfriend when you're driving the car and she thinks that you've cheated and she's screaming at you and she wants to fucking kill you? Can you imagine how easy it would be for her to reach forward, grab that screen, and just snap it off the dashboard? I mean, is that not something that, like, you would imagine? Even, okay, take one step back. Take one step back from the malice. Imagine a kid getting in the car from school and maybe dumping their backpack inside the car or something. I mean, look, it's freestanding. Dumping their bag inside the car or getting up and putting their backpack on and, like, from the passenger seat and flinging the backpack out to put it on their left shoulder. Imagine it going and just, boop, just knocking the screen over. I mean, there's so many cases that I could think of that something that delicate in the middle of a car is not a smart thing to do. Because, again, that seems like it would be very easy to break that. And that would probably be over $1,000 to get a Toyota dealership to fix that. If this car comes out and if they do this, if they put this car up for sale as is, this pre-production model, I can only envision how many people are going to break those screens. Yes, the Model 3 has a monitor that kind of sticks out in the middle of the car, but that's more planted than this. This is thin as shit and it's sticking up in the middle. There's no support on the back of it. I don't know who designed this thing. It's very, very concept car. The interior is very weird and doesn't seem like you could live with it very easily. The joystick is one of the most moronic things that we've done in the past couple years. I don't know who the fuck thought that was a good idea. The window controls are embedded into the door material. Unlike, a regular button, you have to press on, like, the fucking door to open it. I just don't understand. If Toyota used those brake lights on any other car that wasn't this thing, I would probably buy it because, oh my god, that tail light looks so good. I'm a sucker for LED graphics. That's my thing. I'm a sucker for LED graphics with lights. Yeah, look, there's just no cup holders. That's the other thing. Yeah, look at those lights. There are no cup holders on the inside of the car. I find concept design like this to be just so fucking weird. I love the gunmetal gray, though. That is so good looking. That matte, glossy. Ooh, that is a good looking color. Yeah, I just wanted to... this one I just wanted to talk about it, and also remind everyone that only stupid, dumb, brain-dead people buy electric cars. Never buy an electric car, ever in your entire life. Only stupid people buy electric cars. You're ruining the environment more than my internal combustion engine car. You're literally destroying the environment. Invest in public transit. Have your local lawmakers invest in public transit. I would like to ride a bus to work every day, but I cannot because I live in a city that has no public transit. Anyway, I love you all. This has been it for Mouthwash today. I just wanted to talk about these two Toyota cars. I may stream City Skylines here in a little bit. But yeah, let me know what you think about the new overlay for Mouthwash. Follow me on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter. I always post the VODs for this on YouTube. Join my Discord server. We've got some fun stuff happening there because no one else has joined the server. So we would like to have some people actually in the server. And follow me here. I do streams all the time. Again, I'm probably going to do City Skylines here in probably an hour or so. Anyway, love you all. Be good. Don't buy an electric car. Have a good night. Love you all. Bye.